What's happening, internet fam? I just got an email from YouTube that made me so irritated I could spit. And it's funny because I've been on YouTube for a long time. I've been a fan of YouTube for a long time. And I've posted close to 1,000 videos now. And it's been a great tool for me, both in my musical career and just as a way for me to correspond with people that are friends of mine all over the world that I don't get to see because I've had to move for various reasons. Anyway, I just wanted to show you the letter they sent me and all their content creators, which they don't care about, clearly. They're just, we're just something that they can use to create content and use to force feed their agenda, their political agenda or whatever. And it's so disgusting. Anyway, I wanted to just show you that really quick. So here's the email from YouTube here on the right. And it says, Happy 2020, right? Okay, well, that's starting out nicely, right? Great decade commitment. What's new? Standing up against harassment. So what does standing up against harassment mean on YouTube? That means censorship. That's what that means. So they're going to be censoring more people just, for anything they consider malicious or threatening or indirect or implied threats of violence. So indirect or implied threats of violence. It's just like repeated patterns of behavior that target individuals. Like, individuals such as, Jeffrey Epstein, Hillary Clinton. What individuals that are being repeatedly targeted that could be censored by YouTube, and why? Why is that the agenda? And then here we have an interview with Eugene Lee Yang of the Try Guys. Now, I don't know who the Try Guys are. I didn't watch this interview. I don't care. But right in the top, they discuss YouTube's commitment to the LGBTQ plus community, kids content, and more. So again, we have this weird agenda of like pushing alternative sexual lifestyles and kids content. It's like they're like there's that, and they're like they're always positioned right next to each other, like they're like the transvestite story time, toddler story time at the library and stuff. It's like, why are we pushing this weird sexual content on kids? I mean, they're even doing it like suggestively in the email to content creators. It's just so bizarre. And then look at these two. It's in what way are manly men being represented in any way in this shot? I mean, like literally. I mean, I don't know this guy. I don't watch the show. I don't know anything about him. But I mean, look at his like weird dolled up hair and his skinny jeans and his like no socks into his shoes. It's like, this is not an athletic guy who's gonna, go to an after hours boxing club. That's just not happening. I mean, it's just, and look at her too with her weird little pink scarf and everything. It's just like, these people live in an ivory tower that they've constructed that's so plastic and fake. It's so bizarre. Create inclusive videos to reach more viewers. You can't do what you're interested in. You can't talk about topics you like to. It has to be inclusive. And look at these insightful video clips. It's like unconscious bias. We all have an unconscious bias. They're trying to get you to get rid of your unconscious bias. Some of your unconscious bias is healthy. It's like, feces smells bad. So that's an unconscious bias that you have against something that could kill you because there's bacteria in it that can kill you. So I'm sorry, I'm going to stick with my unconscious bias. It's just the whole weird media parade. Shout out a fellow creator or channel on your next video. Yeah, I don't know if that's, okay, great. Stop clocks are right twice a day. Creator spotlight, and then here they have like somebody, they're advertising a corporate product here, and then also like individualizing your corporate product with some kind of creative process, right? And it's like this weird like, oh, you still gotta buy the corporate product, but make it your own by putting all kinds of probably toxic paints all over it. And it's just just everything about this email is just garbage. And so here's my response. Your email made me physically sick. While you continue to ban and censor the truth movement by all means possible, you continue to pander to fascist social justice warriors force-feeding the populace their version of tolerance, which is really a vicious and brutal coup de grace on basic family structure. It's so ludicrous that I stand in awe of your wanton and vapid stupidity. And that's how I feel about the entire political arena that's being purported to have, reality in 2020 by the corporate media. Whether you're talking about CNN, Fox, YouTube, any of these giant corporate products, they're trying to make it seem like we're in this new world where people don't need to have kids or get married or start a family or eat healthy food or exercise. You can just sit here and click on things and be transgender and, be on all kinds of crazy pills, and that's the new normal that they're trying to paint. And it's not normal and it's not healthy. The statistics are overwhelming. People who maybe indulge in some of those alternative lifestyles generally have very difficult personal struggles as a result of the choices that they've made. Now, I'm not saying it's weird because people are going to say that, like, even commenting on something like that would come across as bigoted or like you're bashing a minority or something, but that's not it at all. It's just look at the statistics. Most people who engage in these alternative lifestyles generally aren't very happy. And for these giant corporations to be constantly like force feeding us that and saying, oh yeah, the traditional family is not a good idea. Growing your own healthy organic food isn't a good idea. No, we've got to have these, Nike, McDonald's, we've got to have these corporate products. Because these corporations all rely on each other. They all feed on each other's ability to keep the populace dumbed down, ignorant, and dying of cancer before they reach maturity. It's just disgusting. I was so disgusted by this email from Google, from YouTube to me, trying to help me as a content creator. Yeah, if you want to help me as a content creator, stop shadow banning me. My latest video, I posted it to Steam It. It got 600 upvotes. And according to YouTube, there's 34 views. So do you really think I got 600 upvotes? And it's a music video. It's me playing guitar with a drum machine. And you really think that me playing music with 600 upvotes, only 30 people watched that video? Who's lying here? Do you think the Steam It blockchain is lying? Because I bet we could go and find out. Because it's blockchain based, right? Or is YouTube lying and claiming that I have much less views than I actually have? Demonetizing channels, shadow banning channels, making them impossible to search for, unsubscribing people from channels, turning off the notification bell from channels. These are all things that have happened to channels by YouTube as part of their ongoing effort to marginalize content creators in this country and all countries. Instead, supporting giant hegemonic corporations and giant hegemonic corporate governments that are absolutely acting in the worst interest for all life on the planet. Not just humans, but literally all life on the planet. Reefs, fish, bacteria, grass, trees, every form of animal and plant on the planet. And it's just very disheartening to know that these are the people who are running the show right now. What's her name? Wachowski? What's her name there? The leader of YouTube. Susan Wojcicki? Susan Wojcicki. Admit that you're doing humanity and the forward march of technology a huge disservice with your censorship and your toxic pushing of an agenda that is not in the best interest of anybody or any living thing on the planet. Just admit you're engaging in a slow, light version of genocide. Because that's what you're doing. Pushing these agendas and promoting these corporate products and promoting these really characters that don't engender any kind of respect from anybody, and they shouldn't. What have they achieved? Good hair on their YouTube video? That's the new bar that humanity has to stumble over to get any kind of traction in the public eye now. You have to have good hair, and you have to be really inclusive and really polite about, and really encourage like all kinds of behaviors that are actually counterproductive on an individual and sociological level that aren't actually good for anything or anyone. I'm gonna upload it on YouTube. See if I get 600 views that get labeled as 30.